ఉన్నప్పుడే 8 మెంబర్స్ వచ్చారు. అసలు ఇది లేదురా. ఏదా ఇది? So good afternoon, students. In yesterday class, we discussed about AWK, variables and different expressions. In today class, we are going to see how we can execute these predefined variables in example. Just wait. Okay, thank you. So variables in AWK. So like all programming languages, AWK also permits the use of variables. So there are two types of variables available. So one is user defined variables, another one is built-in variables. So user defined variables and built-in variables, the difference is, so user defined variables are defined by the user when you are writing the programs. So built-in variables means when the program is loaded or AWK command is loaded, so automatically some variables are initiated automatically. So these variables we are called as a built-in variables. Some of the built-in variables are, the first one is file name. So all capital letters. So all are capital letters. So file name. So what it returns? It returns the name of the current input file. So fs command, so fs variable is used for input field separator. By default, it is a blank and tab. Now you can change that input field separator by using fs variable. nf. nf means number of fields in input record. You are giving one record, in that you can identify the number of fields by using nf variable. Similarly, nr variable. So nr means number of current record. So number of current record. So it is the number of the record in the file. So next, OFS. So OFS means output field separator. So output field separator. So ORS means output record separator. So that means for OFS and ORS, you are going to specify some special character to separate the fields and to separate the files. So by default, it is space. You can change that space with any special character. So by using OFS or ORS. Next, RS. So RS means input record separator. ARGC means the number of command line arguments. That means how many arguments you are given at the time of AWK command, that is stored in ARGC. And next one is ARGV. This is the array. So command line arguments array. So in this you are going to store all the command line arguments in an array. Okay, these are the variables. Now we are going to see different examples on these built-in variables one by one. So this is the program. In yesterday class we discussed about this. Now we can execute that program. So first move to desktop. In this we have employee file, employee.txt. In this we are going to identify employee names who get the salary more than 30,000. So more than 30,000. Okay, what is the query? So now I want to print the employee names who got the salary more than 30,000. So how we can identify the salary? By using $4. So that means this is the first field, second field, and third field, and fourth field. Okay, if the fourth field content is greater than 30,000, then you are going to display the line. In this line we are going to display entire line, means then you are going to use $0. That means it displays the entire record, but I want only the employee name, then we are going to use $1. Okay, here we are going to print only the names. Only the names. What is the query? We are going to find, we are going to display the employee names who got more than 30,000 as salary. So, okay, so how we are going to write the AWK? AWK, so after that you are going to give, write the script of the, you are going to give the file name employee.txt. So this is the file name. In this AWK you are going to print, you are going to write the begin, body, and end. In last class we discussed about so how we are going to write AWK script. So AWK script is a combination of begin and body and end. Okay, in this begin I want to print employee names who got more than 30,000 as salary. Just wait. More than 30,000 as salary. Okay, so this is the begin. So what is the purpose of the begin? In this you are going to write the instructions related to headings or related to initializations of variables. Now when we execute this instruction, so first it prints employee names who got more than 30,000 as salary. So after that I'm going to apply some instructions on each line in the file. So that code I am going to write in body. This is the body section. So this is the body section. So what is, how we can identify the salary? $4. If it is the $4 is greater than 25,000. The $4 is greater than 30,000 is 30,000. Then you are going to print $1. That means name. So then we are going to write print end of the program slash n. Okay, this is the program. So where so begin, just wait. The same code already I execute that. So AWK begin printf the salary who got more than 30,000. So $4 greater than 30,000. So print $1 enter. So printf I can write by. Okay, this is the output. So salary who got more than 30,000. So these are the names: Ajay, Varun, Amit, Satvik. So these 4 members. So who got the salary so more than 30,000. In this way you are going to write the program. In this instruction what we miss? So, yes, here printf. So printf So this is about the query. So how we are going to print? The query is salary. So who got more than 30,000? So now this in begin section, you are going to write the headings. So normally we are going to write the headings in so begin section. So this is the body section. So this is the body. So what is the body? The $4 greater than 30,000. That means this is the $4. That means fourth field. The fourth field is greater than 30,000. Then you are going to print. Then you are going to print field 1. So what is the field 1? Ajay. So it prints the Ajay as a output. Okay. The next one we see the system variables, built-in variables. The first one is file name. The first one is file name. So what is the purpose of the file name? The file name prints name of the current input file. So name of the current input file. Now you say, so what is the current input file in this AWK command? What is the current input file? The current input file is employee.txt. So what is the input file name? Employee.txt. So if I give AWK hyphen, the file name is employee.txt. If I print file name, if I print file name, okay, it displays the file name. So what is the input file name? Employee.txt. So why it prints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times? 9 times means there are 9 lines in the employee.txt. So this line, the first line is in which file name? Employee.txt. Here we print file name. Now, so what you are writing as instruction, this instruction is applied on each line in the employee.txt. So how many lines? 9 lines. So it prints 9 times employee.txt, employee.txt, like that. So okay, the next one. The next one is FS. FS. So FS means input field separator. So FS means input field separator. Let us see one example. So what is the file name? Text one. So cat txt1. In this, I store this data. Txt1. In this, I store this data. John Q. Smith. Okay, if I print cat txt1. Now you say, so what is the default field separator? The default field separator is tab or space. That means if I print AWK, the file name is txt1. If I print $1, so what is the output? If I print $1, what is the output? AWK, so print $1, so txt1. What is the output? Then it prints John only. So why? After John, there is a space. Now, so John is the field 1. Now, so John Q. Smith. So up to here, we are going to take as a so first field. So first field means when so comma is encountered, then we can treat this as a first field. In second, up to this is the second field. So this is the third field. So this is the fourth field. That means when the comma is encountered, then you treat that as a one field. So John Q dot Smith is one field. So 29 Oak ST dot is one field. So Valmazo is one field. So MI4239 is another field. Now how we are going to specify the field separator means by using FS. So by using the FS, we are going to specify the field separator. So how? AWK. Okay. So this is the code and the file name is txt1. In this we are going to write begin. So what is the purpose of the begin? The purpose of the begin is initialize the variables, or you can write the headings. You can write the headings. So after that, I'm going to print $1. So print $. Okay. So begin here, I'm not writing anything. That's why it prints John only. But what we discuss, we can use fs built-in variable fs equals to in double quotation. So what is the fs? Comma. So now, so comma is the field separator. So now the comma is the field separator. Now you can observe that it specifies that, just wait. Okay, so now we can use fs for field separator. If you print $2, so it prints. So what is the expected output? The expected output is 29 Oak ST dot. So this is the $3. Similarly, we can print $4. So MI42139, that is the last field. Okay, so in this way, we are going to change field separator. What is the field separator? By default, the field separator is, the default field separator is space or tab. Space or tab. So, but we can change that field separator to any special character by using fs variable. By using fs variable. So next one, NF variable. Next one is NF variable. So NF means number of fields in input record. So number of fields in input record. Now we are going to execute that. AWK employee dot txt. In this we are going to write print NF. Okay, so what it prints? It prints 444 like this. So number of fields. How many fields in the employee.txt? Cat employee.txt. So how many fields? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 fields in line 1. So it prints 4. Sunil, clerk, account 25. In this also 4 fields in second line. So it prints 4. So NF means number of fields. What is the purpose of NF? NF represents the number of fields in input record. In input record. Now you can see another example. So echo E. So what is the expected output? Echo hyphen E. So 1 to slash n. That means in first line it prints 1 2. Slash n means it goes to next line. Then it prints 1 2 3. Next 1 2 3 4. Okay. So that means in first line how many fields? So how many fields? 2 fields. In second line 3 fields. In third line 4 fields. Okay, if you are using if you are not using the hyphen e, then it prints in the same line. So that means slash n is also treated as normal character only. Okay, it prints like this. So here I am using the hyphen e, so it prints 1 2. Slash n means new line, so 1 2 3 in second line. Slash n means new line, so 1 2 3 4 means in third line it prints 4 fields with 4 fields. So now I want to print the records or print the lines if the fields are greater than 2. So greater than 2. So what is the number of fields in the line 1? 2 only. I want to print the record if it is greater than 2. If the NF value is greater than 2, then how we can give? So we can give and redirect the pipe to AWK, and in this we are going to give NF greater than 2. NF greater than 2. So now it prints only 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 4 as output. So 1 2 3 means, so why it does not print 1 2? 1 2 means 2 fields. So here 2 greater than 2, it is false, so we don't print the 1 2. In next line it have 3 fields, so 3 greater than 2, true, so it prints 1 2 3. Okay, I hope you all are understand what is the purpose of NF variable. NF variable. So NF means number of fields in input record. Next one is NR. So next variable is NR. So NR means number of current record. So number of current record. So now we can print all the records. That means, so how many records in the employee.txt? Employee.txt. So how many records? So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 8 records are in employee.txt. So now we are going to find, so how many records available in the employee.txt. Then we are going to use NR variable. NR variable. Here we are going to write one script, print record NR. In first iteration, so what is the purpose? What is the value of NR? The NR value is 1. So how many records? First, in first line the NR is 1. In second line the NR becomes 2. If there is a 3 lines, the NR becomes 3. So after executing all the lines, then it print total records. So that means, what is the total records? If the NR value is 10, the total records is 10. So that means after processing the last unit, if the NR variable contains the 15, then we say that there are 50 records available in employee.txt. So now we can execute this instruction. So what is the purpose of the NR? Number of current record. So number of current record. So this is the output. So print, so record. In every iteration, we are going to print this message commonly. But first iteration, what is the NR value? The NR value is 1. In second iteration, 2. In third iteration, 3. There are 8 records. So at the last iteration, the last line, the NR value becomes 8. So after that, in end, we are going to print total records number. The number is stored in NR, it prints 8. So now, so what is the purpose of the NR? The NR returns number of current record. So number of current record. So now another command, the same command for every NR, for that means every record 1, we are going to print field 1. We are going to print field 1. What is the field 1 for record 1? Ajay. So what is the field 1 for record 2? Sunil. It prints the name of the employee. How? The same instruction in the middle of AWK in this we are going to write print $1. That's it. Okay. So now it prints record 1 Ajay, record 2 Sunil, record 3 Varun. So all these are in employee.txt file. So this is the data in employee.txt file. Okay. So this is about NR variable. So next one is OFS. So OFS. So OFS means output field separator. So output field separator. Here, so how we are going to print, for example, we take one example. Employee.txt. So now I want to print. So first field and last field. First field and last field. And the file name is employee.txt. So what is the output? Ajay, it prints second field. Now I want to separate these fields with some special character. For example, I want 2 dashes in between field 1 and field 2. So field 1 and field 2. Then how we are going to print? So by using OFS. By using OFS. Okay. So now, so this is the output. So by default OFS is space. Now I want to replace this OFS with any special character. Any special character. So how? Same program. In begin, we are going to initiate OFS equals to, in double quotation, you are going to give the special characters. For example, I want 3 dashes. Now if you observe that, the Ajay is the field 1, so 45,000 is the field 4, and these 3 are separated by 3 dashes. So why? So OFS, we are giving OFS means output field separator. In output, the fields are separated with 3 dashes. If I write at the rate, then displays like this. So OFS is changed to hash at the rate hash. Okay, that is the purpose of OFS. So what is the meaning of OFS? Output field separator. So output field separator. So now, so ORS. So OFS means output field separator. ORS means output record separator. So output record separator. So now we can see so this is the output. Ajay 45,000. This is the record 1. So Sunil 25,000. This is the record 2. So Varun 50,000 is the record 3. So now I want to separate these Ajay 45,000. After that I want 3 dashes. So 3 dashes and I print the second record. So that means I can differentiate the records by using some special characters. So how? So by using ORS command. So by using ORS variable. So ORS means output record separator. Now we are going to execute that. ORS. Now you observe that. So this is the first record and separated with 3 dashes. So this is the second record. So differentiate with 3 dashes. So for example, I want both. So OFS equals to just wait. The next one is RS. RS means input record separator. RS means input record separator. So please observe carefully. Cat student.txt. So this is the file. Everyone please observe that. So student.txt contains file like this. John's, so 2143, 78, 84, 77. So actually it is similar to so up to now see that. So John's, so 2143, 78, 84, 77. This is the first record. So next one, control, so 2, 3, 2, 1, 56, 58, 45. So up to now we see, so these type of files. So these type of files. This is the first field 1, field 2, field 3, field 4 and field 5. But in this student.txt, the file is organized like this. So how we can differentiate the field? By using the /n. The /n, this is the new field. /n, new field. /n, new field. /n, new field. So two /n's, that means two lines. Then it is new record. Okay. This is the one record. So up to here, this is one record. So how the fields are differentiated? The fields are differentiated with new line /n, and the records are differentiated with two spaces. Two spaces after 77. Here there is two spaces. After that, new record will be displayed. Okay. So now our task is, so by using this input record separator, you are going to print the desired fields and records. So what is the purpose of RS? Already we discussed about the RS. Now only we discuss about the RS. The second one is, just wait, FS. FS means field separator. FS means field separator. In this case, we give the field separator is comma. Now, so what is the field separator? So what is the field separator in this example? The field separator is /n. So what is the record separator? The record separator is double /n, /n. Okay. So now we are going to use that. So AWK, so begin equals to RS equals to /n. So what it means, if the two lines, new lines are occurred, then it treat that as a new record. And if one new line is occurred, then it is treated as a field separator. Okay, now you can observe that Jones 2143. Why here we are going to print only first two lines. If I print entire record, so this is the entire record. Okay, but here I am going to give, so RS equals to /n. That means I can organize the records. So by using /n, that means if the /n is occurred, then it is treated as a new line. So output is Jones, and the field separator is /n. That means it identifies each field in the file by using /n, and it prints field 1 and field 2. So field 1 and field 2. Okay. The next variable is argc. argc. So argc means number of command line arguments. So what is the meaning? Number of command line arguments. Before that, we are going to see argv. argv means it's a command line argument array. It's an array. If you are giving any arguments at the time of executing awk command, so these arguments are stored in argv array. Now we can see them. So this is the command. So how many arguments we gave? We gave 4 arguments. We gave 4 arguments. What is the first argument? 1. Second argument is 2. Third argument is 3. Fourth argument is 4. So now here this is the for loop. For I is equals to 0, I less than argc. See, argc means the number of arguments. How many arguments? 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually it is 5. The awk is also treated as 1 argument. See, if you are giving the 3 arguments, then it displays 4. You can see that. And we are going to print argv of, just wait. We are going to print argv of percentage. That means in this case you are going to print the I value. Now we can see that argv of 0. So what is the argv of 0? awk. So from 1 argv of 1 you are going to store real arguments. These are the arguments. These are the 4 arguments. Now you can say what is the value of argc. So what is the argc? argc represents number of command line arguments. argc means number of command line arguments. How many command line arguments we have in this example? So how many arguments? So how many arguments? 4, and in a of 0 there is awk, so it prints 5 as an output. So 5 as output. Now you can see that. Just wait. So these are the arguments, argc. So argc means it stores a number of arguments. So how many arguments for this awk? 1, 2, 3. So 4 arguments, and awk is stored in argument of 0. So total arguments are 5. So it shows arguments equals to 5. Okay, so this is about built-in variables in awk. So built-in variables in awk. So file name, it represents name of the current input file. Fs, input field separator. Nf, number of fields in inputs record. Nr, number of current record. OFS, output field separator. ORS, output record separator. RS, input record separator. ARGC, so number of command line arguments. ARGV, command line arguments array. Okay, so this is about variables in awk. In next class we are going to discuss about, so how we are going to execute if. So if structure in awk command. This is the if structure. In next class we are going to discuss about this, and how we are going to process the while loop, and how we are going to process the for loop. And we see another one in today class. This is the match operator. So this is the match operator. So complementary symbol. So this is the match operator. So not match operator. So match and not match operator. We know all the operators up to now. You complete your C, C++, Java and Python. We know all the predefined operators. So these are the operator. I hope you don't know about this. Okay. So operators in AWK. I hope you all are an arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, assignment operator, increment operator, and decrement operator and conditional operators. I hope you all are know all these operators. I'm coming to match operators. In AWK, there are two match operators. One is the negation and not negation. That means this negation is used for to identify the match. So how? So for example, think that, so this is the file. So this is the file contains some numbers. So the what is the file name? Match text. So this the contains some numbers. So cat, so match text is the file. That file contains some numbers. Now I want to print the lines matched with the number 9. That means if the number, if the line contains the number 9, then we are going to print the line. So how? So by using this negation. By using this negation. So how? So AWK, the file name is match text. Now we are going to check $0 if it contains, so it is a match, contains 9. If it contains 9, then we are going to print those lines. Only last line have number 9. So it prints only line 4. So not match is reverse. So not match. It prints only first 4 lines now. If it does not contain the 9, then it displays the line. Okay, that is the difference between match and not match. So match means complementary, and not match means not match means not symbol and complementary symbol you are going to use. So these are the special operators. Remaining operators, I hope you all are know. So these operators you all are know. So arithmetic, relational, logical, assignment, increment and decrement, and conditional operator. These are the match operator. Okay. In tomorrow class, we are going to see so these structures, if else structure and while loop and for loop. Okay. So after that, we end this AWK session. So thank you all. So if you have any doubts, any doubts? Okay, no doubts.